Hi, I'm Vishesh Bhargava, Chief of Staff, and with me I have Sekhar Garisa, CEO for Monster APAC and Middle East. Today we want to talk about the challenges that organizations face in attracting talent. Hi Sekhar, we do understand at times recruitment can be very challenging and a company's success depends on finding the right people. What are your thoughts on this?
So Vishesh, for businesses of today which are predominantly digital, people are everything. People make or break the business. The quality of talent that the organization is fast becoming the most important differentiator between businesses. So naturally, as you can expect, this is the number one priority for any business leader. In fact, I would go as far as to say that this is now an organizational priority and not just an HR priority. Not getting the right people in can have very adverse effect on the prospects of the business. So if the businesses have to grow and thrive, getting their people strategy right is imperative.
Finding the right people is the number one problem for business leaders today. What challenges do you see organizations face in this market of today?
See, firstly, we have to acknowledge that talent acquisition process is more complex and challenging than ever before. So it's important that organizations have a structured approach to it. What I mean by structured approach is, first you need to get your strategy right. What is your talent acquisition strategy? It depends on how many people you're hiring, what kind of roles you're hiring for, depends on what is your own employer equity or branding, and more importantly also what kind of a recruitment bandwidth that you have in terms of recruiters, etc. Once you have the strategy in place, then you talk about how do you execute it. Right? First and foremost, there are multiple stages within recruitment, so you need to be clear about what you want to do in each of the stages. The first one is sourcing. Depending on what kind of people you are looking for, where would you go and find that kind of people? What platforms would you use? What sources would you use depending on the skill sets you are hiring for? That's very important. The process of hiring has evolved a lot in the last couple of years. Now you can make use of several techniques like coding challenges, hackathons, case studies, apart from the traditional interview process. So please every organization needs to think what is the right approach for it depending on what role it's hiring for in terms of what process of hiring is being followed. The other important thing is, let's understand that hiring process is also kind of an advertisement to the candidate about why they should pick that particular employer. So think of it as a way to tell them how good you are as an employer. Put your best people to take the interviews. Make sure that the candidate experience is very seamless and agile. Right? What it means is that you give the right kind of feedback. You make sure that the candidate is always aware of where he or she stands in the process. At the same time, organizations should not make the mistake of thinking that giving out an offer letter is the end of the process. In fact, what we've noticed in the last few quarters is that the maximum dropouts happen post-offer. So it's very important to engage with the candidate post the offer as well, so that eventually the candidate joins the organization as well as completes the first 30-60 days. Only then we should consider that the hiring process is complete.
Now, all of this may sound very complex, but the good part is organizations like ours have been working with thousands of companies to help them through the process by giving them support to the right technologies, tools, as well as support ecosystems.
In the last few years, Monster has been working to solve these specific problems. The best way to get freedom from this? Reach out to a Monster talent specialist today. It's time to be free.
Be free with Monster. Happy Independence Day.